Hello and welcome. You're watching Cricbuzz Live. My name is Tanay Tiwari, and what an interesting T20 World Cup this is shaping up to be. Every day you turn up and every day there are new permutations and combinations. Every day you're looking at one team and going like, oh, they can beat the other. And that's been the nature of this World Cup. But it is a big day. It's Super Sunday. Pakistan fight for survival against the Netherlands, and India aim to put that Q against their name. Even if unofficially, we all know it'll happen against South Africa if they win this game. And on this big day, we got the big boys of Cricbuzz Live, Mr. Zaheer Khan, Mr. Ajay Jadeja. Gentlemen, welcome. And Zach, it is a big day, especially for Pakistan, who, have been topsy-turvy.
Yes, they are having a tough time out there. There's no doubt about it. You know, when you've lost a couple of your games in the tournament and you still don't have points on board, obviously any team will be under pressure.
Yeah.
But they will be hoping that today's India-South Africa game later will also go in their favor. So right now they don't have to just think about how they're going to play. They also have to think about how the other results are going to go. And when you are in that situation, it's never an easy situation.
Yeah.
And that's what Pakistan's story is all about. Today, they will be under tremendous pressure. You have the backlash from all the fans to all the experts to everyone out there. It's just never easy. I think they'll have to dig deep and they'll have to put up a show and make sure that they get those valuable points right now, because every point is valuable for them.
Oh, yeah.
Go out there and perform and not really think about the other aspects, the external factors.
Yeah.
Just go out there and play good cricket.
AJ, with Pakistan, there is always external factor. I mean, they do well, there's external factor. They don't do well, there is massive external factor. And we've seen that in the build-up to this game with those two defeats especially. Now, Haris Rauf was very clear. He said, we are hurting. He said, and especially when you lose those two games in the fashion that you lose, he said, we haven't had the kind of start that we wanted, but the team morale is good. There is hurt, but we have belief in each other's ability, something that Zach said as well. That's very important. We have bonded well, sat together and tried to address our mistakes. Now, heading into this game, they really wanted Zimbabwe to lose the first game. That has happened. Bangladesh have won that game. So at least it's a good omen. You're heading into this game with one tick mark.
Yeah, I mean, everything anybody else can do is happening for them. They still haven't done anything for themselves.
Yeah.
And I actually wonder, I mean, when you see, the modern day cricket, you get to hear the players. Here you have Haris Rauf. The other day you had, captain talking, and that came out in the press. So I wonder what Pakistan is thinking. That are they thinking that they've played well enough in the two games and they've not got points? Or they feel that we've played horribly and we were still so close? So I hope they think that way. Because if they think that they've played well enough, or they could, it's just a game, India, Virat Kohli took it away from us, and then the other day we played well enough and we've still lost, then you've got no hope. But if you, in your belief or in your side, believe that, look, we played horribly, we didn't play well enough, our openers didn't score runs, we didn't, we let the partnership happen, we played badly, India beat us, and then we played even worse when we got beaten, then you've got hope to improve.
Yeah.
But what statements we keep hearing from, and I understand that, it's easy for us to say exactly as we see it, but for the coaches and the players, they have to say certain things. And I hope that they genuinely don't believe that they're playing well enough. If Pakistan feels that they're playing well enough, and if this is their ability, then anyway you're not going to make it anywhere. It's not just about qualifying, it's about going all the way.
Yeah.
So, we'll wait and see, because as soon as the team is picked, you'll get a clue.
Yeah.
The first game you saw, they play Ali, Asif Ali, who not had a great run, but I'm an admirer of a team that holds on to somebody who is not doing well.
Yeah.
Then they left him out in the next game, with no fault of his. So now what's the reaction today? That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, because historically we've seen Pakistan teams in such scenarios, they don't press the panic button, they sit on it. And today they would hope that that doesn't happen. But for Pakistan to qualify
I'm
now,
only worried about one button there.
what button?
No, they have enough buttons. Who's sitting on that button?
Oh, I got that. I was late to that party. But a lot of Pakistan fans who are tuning in, Zach, right now are wondering, can Pakistan still make it? So they can, of course. Pakistan also have a habit of badloing halat, waqt, jazbaat and everything. But the qualification scenario for them is pretty clear. They need to win all three. I mean, that's obvious. They need India to beat South Africa. So this is a Super Sunday for them as well. They will be cheering for India. And then they require Zimbabwe to lose one out of their next two games, the Netherlands and India. Now, of course, Zimbabwe, it was 2 out of those 3 till this morning, but now that Bangladesh have beaten Zimbabwe, it's 1 out of those 2. So they're still in with a very solid chance. But as AJ mentioned, you've got to be very honest with yourself as well in terms of assessing your performances.
Absolutely. You know, that first point of that is the most crucial point. You got to win all 3 games. Rest is not in your control. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. You know, but are you ready to dig in deep and get your team out of the hole? And who are going to be those individuals? I think these are the kind of talks they should be having. You know, who is going to put the hand up? You know, who is going to put the hand up to take the additional responsibility and make sure that you get the team over the line. You can look at the games. See, T20 format, the margins are small. You know, 1 over here, 1 over there can turn the game around. Individual brilliance can take the game away from you. So you got to be switched on through and through. Those 40 overs, not even 20 overs if you're batting, or 20 overs if you're bowling. You got to play through and through 40 overs of good cricket to win a game of cricket, and you can't really relax at any stage. So what you can look at it saying that, oh, we are playing well and we've not managed to secure those 2 points, or you can say that we lacked killer instinct. You know, when you had Indian team on the ropes, 30 for 4, you should have had that killer instinct of closing the game. You know, you've not been able to do that, and good teams do that. So that is something which someone needs to just address and just throw it out there to the whole squad, saying who are these individuals who are going to have that brilliance on the field against all the odds. You have to stay tight as a team. You know, all those things which are mandatory requirement for any team at this level. But for you to get over the line, you need individual spark, especially when you are down and out. You need 1 or 2 guys to say that, hang on, I'm going to do the job for my team, and go out there, go the distance, and do things which normally is not the average performance. Go to that a step or 2 further to make sure that team gets out of this hole.
You need individual brilliance, and especially today against the Netherlands. Netherlands have won the toss, opted to bat first. At the toss, Babar Azam said, we are not under pressure, but it's not going to be easy for us. We need to focus on this game. In T20s, you need a good start in the first 6 overs, something that they haven't got from Babar and Rizwan. And he says Fakhar Zaman is back in for Haider Ali. So no wholesale changes, but again, that middle order, there's troubles with players not really getting a long enough run and not really getting those consistent scores in the middle order means that there's another change there.
Yeah, I mean, it tells you the mindset that they're in. I mean, they've kept changing. Fakhar Zaman wasn't even in their squad to start with. It's somebody who got injured. So he's also not coming from, great, form somewhere that, he's been scoring runs, let's bring him in. So it's almost like, these guys are not working, let's try someone else. So at the moment, it seems like a desperate situation. Fakhar Zaman, I mean, I remember him, most Indians remember him from that game in England where he took that game away. So, nothing against an individual. He's got talent, he's got the ability to do it, but it just tells you what sort of mindset Pakistan is in, because Shan Masood is actually a person who replaced his spot. Shan Masood is so that's what I'm saying. Even Shan Masood, when you look at him, do you look at him and say, look, oh, he's in form? Because if he's in form, he's got 2 runs in 2 games and he's still not won you a game against a weak side and a big side, then what's that form or that quality? Is it good enough? So at the moment, they're just, clutching to the straws, as they say in English. English show today. They are doing that, and they've just changed the whole style of play. Because they had Babar and Rizwan who would hold the innings together. Then everybody in that middle order, except Shan Masood, were mainly strikers. So you left out one Ali first. Today is another Ali gone. So both the Alis are gone for when Pakistan lost 2 games, one because of their bowling and their mindset against India, and the next game, I don't think they lost because of these 2 guys. So it just clearly tells you that these are changes happening because somebody's got to answer. When you lose, you got to find a reason and find. So these are the 2 scapegoats that the Pakistan team have found, and that's the way I look at it. Otherwise, you can't come into a World Cup knowing this is the side that you want to play, and suddenly. The whole middle order, in this case, both the Alis have been left out. So overnight you've changed the way you want to play, and you're hoping. And in this game, I have no doubts. I mean, people might think Netherlands will beat Pakistan. Pakistan's had bad days, but this game is not the one that you should be preparing for. You should be preparing for the game against South Africa.
Yeah, no, the Netherlands head coach Ryan Cook said that Pakistan are beatable, and we've seen that in the last game. So he did fire some shots there. But if you ever look at that Pakistan 11 again, Zach, AJ is so right. I mean, they're scampering. And are they trying to fix something that isn't perhaps as broken as some other aspects of their game? Because Fakhar Zaman does come in for Haider Ali, but the middle order, especially with Shan Masood and Iftikhar both getting runs in those two games, hasn't really been that bad. The problem has really been up top because the two of them just haven't got runs consistently for a very long time now.
That's a very interesting point actually. Ajay has made that that why you changing the batting order, right?
Yeah.
You're not getting the start. That has been Pakistan's formula of winning matches,
Exactly.
right? You're not getting the start. Middle order is getting under pressure. Shan Masood is the only guy who's looked very consistent, who's looked comfortable in these conditions. So you got to find answers around that. You know, you planned for the World Cup in a particular fashion, and you are right now not able to deliver only because you're not getting the start. Just by dropping players, you are actually just it's kind of an eyewash as well. Like, you know, we've changed, we've made the changes because we've not had the result. So approach is very result oriented, and once you have that kind of approach, the stability in the playing 11 or stability in the squad, the mindset of each and every individual in that group will not be very calm. You know, you always thinking about all these things. You know, if I don't score in this innings, I'm going to be left out. And that's not a very ideal situation for any players. You know, you talk about role clarity, you talk about stability, you talk about teams which are consistently doing well. You have these kind of things, and that's where I think showing that there is a lot of unrest in that camp and lack of clarity is very evident.
It is evident, yeah, and it's also evident, and it shows the desperate times that Pakistan are in. They, of course, play Netherlands, who won the toss and opted to bat. Let's have a look at their playing 11 as well. There are 3 changes there, and they bring in a lot of experience. Stephen Myburgh, someone who's played so much cricket for the Netherlands, comes back in place of Vikramjit Singh. Then Roloff van der Merwe. We've seen a lot of him in the years gone by in the IPL, in place of Sharice Ahmed. And then you've got Brandon Glover as well, another pacer to add to their pace attack. So they're really trying to beef up that pace attack. He, of course, comes in for Van Beek. Now, they're really trying to beef up that pace attack and give themselves the best chance on this Perth track because they've seen Zimbabwe do it.
Yeah, I mean, Perth track, you want to add a little, you know, if you've got pace and found somebody there, you'd want that. Most teams have added a fast bowler when they've come here. Vandermerv, Roon Vandermerva?
Roloff.
I just can't get his name.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you think of it, what, 14 years ago he played for Delhi.
Yeah.
Then he went to
RCB also.
RCB
also.
And then he's almost retired.
Yeah.
And he's playing because he's playing in Netherlands. If he wasn't a Netherlands side, I don't think he'd make it to South Africa again or any of these IPL teams. So it just tells you the quality of players that, you know, Netherlands has.
Yeah.
It's just that this World Cup's gone in a certain way. We are looking at Netherlands and Ireland and, you know, these teams and saying, oh no, these guys are going to beat the big guys. And it's possible, anybody can beat it. But quality is that. I mean, that's the reality. But at the moment, it seems like even Roloff, Van der Merwe coming back seems to, you know, boost that team. I don't know how that's happening.
They do.
The guy doesn't make it to any team in the world.
Yeah.
No league teams. He's retired. He's away.
Yeah.
So Netherlands. There is shortage. There's no one else. So we, you know, certainly makes it to that side.
Yeah.
But if the opposition is going to start worrying about this quality of players, then we're in trouble. Then this game's heading somewhere else.
But the opposition, I think, has so much to look inwards, Zach, right now. They can't look outwards. I mean, especially something that we were just discussing. Babar and Rizwan, you have got to get runs from the two of them because they set tone for that.
Can I?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, why is Fakhar Zaman? Because we sit here.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the problem that they've sorted. They bring him to open and Babar comes in 3. Because this is Pakistan. Mr. Akram made a statement.
He did, yeah.
Probably put pressure. And when you're losing, you're ready to try anything.
But would that?
Sorry, it could be.
But would that be a good option to have, Zach? Because Fakhar Zaman has opened earlier. You get a left hand, right hand up top, and then you move one of Babar or Rizwan, perhaps Babar, to number 3.
If Babar comes down the order, it's not going to be a great sign. You know, as a captain, as a leader, you got to take the game head on. You got to show the right signs to each and every individual in that squad to start with one, and the people who are watching the game. So the moment if they go in that direction, it's not going to be a very positive move on their part. It actually shows a defensive move that you need someone in the middle order. Middle order is not firing. You're not able to close the game. But your captain is actually taking a step backwards, not taking the step forward. You look at right now Pakistan team doing well in this format, and go back and take out all the games which they've done well. What will you find? You will find that Babar and Rizwan will score runs. Now the conditions are different. You can debate about that. But as a batter, you got to find a way of seeing that phase off. If Rizwan is coming in the middle order, it's still okay. I think I would say just the conditions, just the tactical maybe call of desperation. To somehow figure out a formula right now. But it's too late. You're already in the tournament. You already have lost 2 games. So these are the things I think Pakistan will be pondering upon. So I don't see that kind of approach when Pakistan goes out to bat. Because it's still Netherlands right now batting first. So you want to see that fire from the bowlers. You got to see that aggression from the bowlers and that body language that we are here to change things around for our team.
Yeah, but for the opening partnership, the alarm bells were ringing before they came into this tournament as well, because those runs consistently weren't coming. I mean, either of them were performing, but look at this. Barring Bangladesh, they've just not had a solid partnership. And what Zach is saying is so correct, that you can't really have your captain come down. Then perhaps, are they looking at Rizwan, asking Rizwan to come down at number 3? Or they're saying, we stick with this opening partnership. They've given us runs, something that Shadab said before the game as well. He said, they've gone everywhere, performed everywhere as well. We're just backing them to come good again.
Yeah, I think you've got to go that way. Yes, those numbers are facts and you can't change them. But if you look at those numbers and add the rest of the team with those numbers, the rest of the team is also in the same boat. It's not that when the openers don't score, the others have, scoring much more, so they're taking more time. So you got to go with them. I mean, that's your only option. And who are you at the moment? I mean, I just came up with this thought, why not Fakhar Zaman? But Fakhar Zaman has also been injured and then he's been sitting at home.
And in a very poor run of form.
If you had time to put his graphic up, so those are worse than the guy who you're replacing. So it's, it's almost like it's one of those things where you're just making a change for the sake of change rather than saying, why are you not making an effort? So this is one way sometimes you try and make an effort. There is no logic, and I don't think even they would believe in it. Because if they believed that somebody was better than the other guy, they would have played him against India. They would have played him in form. I'm saying maybe not in career-wise, maybe somebody is a better player. But if they went into that game against India, the first game, there is no way they would have not put their best combination that they believed or how they wanted to play. Within 2 games, if they've gone so much, it can only be this, that, things haven't worked, you're not powerful enough, or you're not convinced enough with the strategy that you wanted to go in. So either somebody's forced you, because this is what happens. When you have so many people running aside and everybody's answerable, the coach is answerable, the head coach is, the PCB is answerable, the captain is answerable. So everybody wants to, and surely there will be difference of opinions. I mean, even with here, when we sit alongside, 3 of us have different opinions. But one who's taking the decision, if he is not powerful enough and if he is somebody who is going to listen to other guys when he's down and out, then this is what you see. And I see that is happening, because there is no cricketing logic, there is no form, there is no sudden change of right hander ki jagah left hander hai, ya fir spin ki jagah fast hai. So you don't see any logical reasons, but this is also logical when your team doesn't do well in a World Cup, especially starting off. We don't have to go too far. Look at ourselves last time.
Correct.
What did we do? We started making changes, didn't we? So it's natural, it happens. I mean, I can understand. But the reasons for these happening is primary is that, who is the leader of this team? Who makes the decision? Is it Babar who makes the decision? Is it the coach who's making the decision of, who's going to bat, who's going to bowl? Or is it the selectors?
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. The moment you said what we did, and it took me back to the fact that Ishan Kishan opened in 1 game for India in that last.
Everything happens. When you go into World Cups, results, I mean, it's very easy for us sitting here now, but even look, I mean, I can talk of my own experience when we went in 92. As a young kid, I'd got into that side. Till you kept losing, they kept changing.
Yeah.
And then, the game you won, whether the opposition was different next time, you don't. So there is only very few captains in, at least in Indian cricket. I mean, there's MS Dhoni period I can remember, or there was a period with Dadi at one time where he would stick to the players that he believed in and he would carry on. Otherwise, the pressure does come and it is natural. I understand it is something that you should not be doing. But when you want to hold on to your position or you want to be the good man, then you have to make the right moves.
Yeah, you've got to. But the one man who's made all the right moves so far in that Pakistan bowling lineup is Haris Rauf. I mean, in a bowling attack with Shaheen Shah Afridi coming back from injury, you would have expected him to be the guy who would, lead the side. Here he is, 8 overs, 48 runs. I mean, the world will talk about that 18.56 from Virat Kohli over the top of his head. But apart from that, he's been very, very good, especially that economy side.
Yeah, he's very good. He's quick. He's got the variations. He can bowl those Yorkers as well. So ideal for this format, I would say.
Yeah.
And very easy action. When you have easy, repeatable action, it makes things that much easier with your accuracy and things. So I think he's the leader for sure. Especially when Shaheen is still finding his footing. He's still not got enough overs under his belt. It's evident he's going to get better with every game, but till that point, I think Haris Rauf is carrying that responsibility very nicely.
Yeah, and even in the last game, we saw that Shaheen Shah Afridi was consistently trying to bowl full on this track. And Zach, we were discussing this after that game as well, that the one thing that Zimbabwe did really well was to bowl back of a length, and that's something that Haris Rauf does really well, because perhaps he's had that experience playing the BBL extensively here, has played a lot of cricket in Australia, was a net bowler for Team India as well. So that's helping him as well here.
Yeah, it is. I mean, wickets like this, you generally want to use the wicket because it's giving you something. But I mean, to look at Shaheen Shah Afridi, he's been around 3 years.
Yeah.
What is Shaheen Shah Afridi? When he comes in that first over, why did, and you were one of those who said, oh, he's back and started, in that against Afghanistan, that ball, because that Yorker. Yeah. And that's his strength. So what has happened probably, because then, Zach will tell this better, having bowled enough or not overs under your belt, you want to start with that because, that's your strength. That's how you get people out. And when it's not swinging, it comes onto the bat, goes for a couple of boundaries. But yes, I'm with you that, somebody with that experience and that side, if that doesn't work, वो होता है ना आप कहते हो plan 1, plan 2, plan 3. So ये फिर होना चाहिए कि नहीं हो रही, it's not swinging, it's not seaming, or nothing's happening at that length. You see people, then changing that and getting to the length that you are referring to.
Yeah.
But it hasn't happened. And I'm with you, but I understand because the guy's strength is that. I mean, he gets people out like that. This first over is his most dangerous over. If he doesn't pitch it up and doesn't have a good day, then, somebody like me or, people watching, or we would say, why didn't he pitch it up?
Yeah.
So only he knows whether he's, it's swinging, not swinging, what's happening. But at the moment, it hasn't done anything. The pace has been down. And it's natural he's come back from injury, and Zach was talking about overs under the belt. So is that the reason why that is not?
So he's see, I mean, there are different phases of a rehab as well, right? So you are pain free, you are back to playing the game, but that synchronization, that rhythm, everything, it takes time, and he's only going to get better as he bowls more and more overs. There is no science behind it. You got to go through that grind. That's why fast bowling is not easy.
It is tough. It is.
And you don't want to miss a tournament like World Cup as well. So all those factors are there. Australian grounds with the weather conditions, sand-based grounds, it's never going to be easy for bowlers anyways. You put that much strain on your body when you are running on sand-based grounds and big grounds. So that is something which Australia's challenge has always been there for people touring Australia. So for Shaheen right now, I think it's just a matter of bowling as many overs as possible. If you see his first World Cup game to now, in this tournament itself, his pace has been going up. The swing which you're talking about, you got to have that synchronized bowling action to do that, and it only comes with repetitions, unfortunately. So right now, for him to find the same rhythm what we all have known, or what's his best rhythm has been, he's still got that little bit of time. He's looking to shape the ball back into the right-hander, but when your body is not there, and you know you're just coming off injury, at times it takes time.
Yeah.
So I think that's where Shaheen is standing at the moment. That doesn't make him a lesser bowler.
Yeah.
It's just about the process which you have to follow. And within the World Cup, if they have enough time right now, you'll see him getting better and better with each game.
Yeah, it was a major injury that he came back from, but Pakistan need him. They need him in this T20 World Cup. Let's have a look at this group's points table as well. What is it? What is the Bangladesh-Zimbabwe game done to this? Now, Zimbabwe, of course, add those 3 points. And Bangladesh now going to the top 2 with that win against Zimbabwe. But this one becomes a very crucial game. Pakistan have to win this. India have to beat South Africa, and then they can have that unofficial Q against their name and also perhaps help Pakistan a little. Let's have a look at our joy factor question for the day, because it's Joyda's birthday today. Let's see if he's given us a gift or does he demand treat. His parents were from one country. He was raised in a second and played for a third. Indian fans will not forget a 50th over he faced in 2007. Who are we talking about? Any idea, gentlemen?
Is there any Portuguese connect to one of those 3 places where he is?
Is there? I have no idea. Not at all. Not a clue. I was trying to figure out the first 2-3 names.
Enriquez?
You got it?
No.
No? Oh, I thought
going
Zach,
with him.
No,
I thought Zach said like this.
Mr. Jadeja have come close to the clue. That's enough.
yeah, no, because clue, he was Portuguese descent, I think. He played for Australia.
Okay.
In 2000.
If you're right, you're giving away too many hints.
It's fine.
I don't know. Yeah,
No,
He's the first one to answer the joy factor question.
yes.
if somebody's not got it before me, then it will be. No, I'm just thinking, and he was around in 2007. He was playing at that time, 7-8. So I'm just
All right.
thinking.
We'll
who
leave it
else?
at that. You can send the answer on our WhatsApp group.
No. Joyda, many happy returns of the day. We miss you, and keep enlightening us, keep educating us. And if it wasn't for you, there'll be no joy at the show.
Absolutely. Happy birthday, Joyda.
Happy birthday.
Wish you the best for this day. But just another hint, Zach was playing that game where the 50th over, the said 50th over was bowled in a game that you were playing. That's all. No more hints. It's Joyda's birthday. मतलब थोड़ी हम सारी hint दे देंगे. Now to the prediction game. Netherlands batting first. No 183, no 187. उतना दूर तो आप जाएंगे.
ये पर्थ है.
Yeah.
फीवर होता है. और चारों फास्ट बॉलर खिलाएं.
Yeah, correct.
है तो नेदरलैंड्स ही दे.
Yeah.
हाँ जी. Anything.
I think 130.
130?
Yeah.
All right. 130.
After you, sir.
I take hints from your scores and then divide
No,
my
sir.
own.
You want to go up or down?
I'll say 120.
I'll go 130, 120.
Yeah, 140. No,
140.
140?
Yeah, let's keep it within us.
within ourselves. All right then. What are your score predictions?
उससे कम तो पाकिस्तान भी शायद आउट नहीं करने की सोच रही है. The mindset of theirs is such. They'd be happy with that.
That is true. But Pakistan need this win desperately. Netherlands want to make a dent to Pakistan's confidence.
I'll change it. I'll go below you also.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because when they're hurt, they're good.
Okay.
110.
You're saying 110.
Oh yeah, 100, 110.
Oh, that means a special Pakistan bowling attack is on display then. So then, that's all the time we have on Cricbuzz Live. We'll of course be back at the 10th over mark with Cricbuzz Combox. Big thanks to Zaheer Khan. Big thanks to Ajay
it's a pleasure,
Jadeja.
sir.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you to all of you as well. We'll see you all super soon.